Good afternoon. I hope everybody's Wednesday is going great. Today, as we're sitting in my lovely backyard, we're going to talk about networking and networking events. Now, depending on your industry, depending on what you do, the market you serve, there are tons of networking events. If you live in a major metropolitan area like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle, the Bay Area, there are literally hundreds, and there are probably dozens per your industry that are happening all the time. They happen weekly, they happen monthly, sometimes quarterly, sometimes once a year, whatever it is. So I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts about networking events, or when you're going to network at a conference or something like that. So two different things. One, there's a conference. A conference is usually a meeting of the minds, industry specific or product specific, and it's usually once a year or maybe twice a year, sometimes once a quarter. It's usually not, it's a conference, so it's one you're going to want a lot of people to come. And so if it's a conference and it's for your industry, key thing is, one, try and set up the meetings with people you want to meet before you get there. Okay, but leave yourself some time, but try and set that up beforehand. That's critical. You don't want to just go there and think, okay, I'm just going to meet people, and later on we'll go catch dinner, or we'll sit there and we'll be so engaged with each other we're going to talk for hours. It doesn't really happen like that. So if you've got specific people you want to meet at a conference, try and set those meetings up. Try and set a lunch. Some people are really busy, so try and set up a time where you can just have a cup of coffee with them in between sessions or something like that. The other thing about conferences is, just a side note, conferences are constantly, and there are more conferences all the time, and they're all looking for content. If you do something specific and you have a conference or an industry that you decide that you serve, call that conference, offer to do whatever, offer to facilitate a breakout session, offer to teach, offer to speak. If you have a book you're working on, we'll talk about the book. I'm going to get to the book thing later, but if you have a book you're working on, this is a perfect way to pitch it. They all need content. You might not get paid a lot, but think about the exposure. If you're into chemicals, if you're into cleaning supplies, and you go to a cleaning supply conference and you facilitate one of the breakout sessions, you're getting seen by people from all over the country, the state, region, sometimes all over the world, and your face is in front of them. You don't remember a lot, but you remember the people who are speaking, especially if they're dynamic enough. Anyway, that's conferences. Be careful with conferences, especially open networking. Remember, everybody's looking at you. Dress sharp. Do what you got to do and get out of there. All right. Now, if we're switching gears to networking events, they have a bunch of them. If you live in any major metropolitan area, if you are African American, they have African American MBAs, African American engineers. All these people put on networking events. Network After Work is a good one. Association for Corporate Growth, ACG, they put on one periodically. All of them, and it depends on your industry, but they all have a niche and a thing they do. And whatever industry you serve, you find out what kind of conferences, what they have. And if you live in a major metropolitan, I guarantee you at some point it's going to be somewhere close to you. When you come in and you go into one of those things, understand, one, what you're going to do, what's your plan. Just don't go there willy-nilly thinking, I'm just going to meet people, hand out business cards, and we're going to laugh and joke and all that. I have a plan. I have a specific type of person or type of position you're looking for. That way you're not wasting your time. I mean, you'll meet a lot of wonderful people, but if you're like me, your time's pretty precious. Have a purpose, have a plan, have a person, a type of person you want to meet and you want to talk to, and be focused on that. Do your homework. Don't just go to any networking event. Pick one that is going to be more focused on what you need. If you just want to party, if you just want to mingle, if you just want to meet people, there are tons of nightclubs and mixers, social mixers that you can just go to and do that. At a networking event, it's pretty focused, and the people you're going to meet there are going to be kind of focused too on doing certain things. Do's and don'ts. Okay, so you're at a networking event, you meet somebody, and how are you? What are you doing here? Oh, I come to these things because I'm looking for. No. We all come to these things because we're looking for something specific. Nobody likes to have that thrown in their face, though. You're there, you're talking, you like to laugh it up and meet people, and you're just expanding your network. Be positive about it because you chose to come. If your company sent you, anyway, you were chose to be there. So don't go there with the attitude of I'm just here, I need to meet this one specific person. You're going to turn a lot of people off. So go there, have specific conversations, don't overdo it. You'll probably get 25 seconds to turn somebody on and turn them off, honestly. In 25 seconds they're going to know whether they want to keep talking to you or not. Have your elevator speech, I like to call it. You're in an elevator an average of 30 seconds to 45 seconds to a minute, depending on the type of building you're in. And if you meet somebody and you have to tell them about you, it needs to be it needs to be something you can do in an elevator. So have your elevator speech, and then go back and forth. Exchange your business cards. Bring plenty of business cards. The lamest thing to do is to run out of business cards. So it's better to just have more and take them home with you than to not have them. It's honestly the lamest thing in the world. So have your business card. Be talking to people. If you're an introvert and you don't like to talk to people, work it out for at least those 2 hours, hour and a half you're there, because that's how you're going to expand your business. More and more it's about networking and who you know and being able to connect people with people. That's my business, is being able to connect people with people. That's kind of almost everybody's business, is being able to connect people with what they want. And you do that by knowing a lot of people. When you get home from your networking event, you have a lot of business cards. Don't wait to add them into your phone. Don't wait and don't sit them on a shelf. Don't do any of that, because honestly, if they're not worth adding into your phone, you shouldn't have got the business cards in the first place. Get a simple card scanning app. Camcard's a good one. Circleback's another good one. If you have an iPhone or Android, you can simply use your camera and it scans the business card right into your contacts. You can do the editing however you want to do it. But do that, and if it's somebody you really want to talk to, follow up with an email within the next day, within 24 hours, within the next business day, if it's on a Friday. Follow up with that person, let them know how good it was to talk to them, and you will be following up with them and how you're glad you were that you came. Networking event 101. I said it was going to be short, but y'all know me, I like to talk. Anyway, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and follow us too, and on YouTube, JK Trust LLC, at JK Trust LLC for Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And also go to our website, www.jktrust.net. I hope everybody has a great Wednesday. I'm going to continue sitting out in my backyard, enjoying this lovely Southern California weather. Take care. Thank you.